It's going to be a solid mess at cotton picking on Sunday. It's Bryan and Vinny Show, everybody. It is October 5th, 2012 here at figure4online.com/wrestlingovserver.com. Vinny's here as well, as always.
Sure am.
Wow, that was more excitement than I've heard out of you in a while.
That is all I have for the night.
You better have more, because tonight is a night that you've got to have your speech. Your presidential speech to talk us into voting for you for President of the United States.
All right.
You didn't do any preparation at all, did you?
No.
Very disappointing, Vinny.
Why would I do preparation? Why would I make this job harder?
It'd make it easier if you prepare. Never thought of that, did you?
Yeah, I admit I did not.
So we're going to get Granny on the line, and hope she's got something else besides just listening to Vinny's speech, because I have feelings it ain't going to be long.
Oh, no.
What do you mean by oh no? It's going to be long?
No, oh no, it is not going to be long.
I was hoping you'd talk for like 25 minutes about...
When have I ever talked about 25 minutes in my life?
Well, maybe you'd run on a platform of more football and you'd have a lot to talk about. Never thought of that, did you?
Honestly, I didn't think much about this at all.
I want you to think about it, Vinny.
I'm fairly confident I won't win.
How do you know that? Because everyone presumes Granny's going to win?
Because I would be a lousy president.
Well, Vinny, your competition is me and Granny. Ever thought about that?
You ever get tired of asking that question? I don't think. I avoid thinking at all costs. I prefer to...
I should offer the winner of this $1,000. That's what I should have done. Too cheap. It's a problem. Maybe I should have done a Kickstarter. Raise $1,000 to give to the winner of this contest. God damn. In 4 years, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe that'll be part of my speech. In 4 years, I'll raise $1,000 to give to the winner of this contest. I haven't put much thought into this either, but I should have. Preparation I could have done.
Well, perhaps you will learn from my mistake.
If I put $1,000 into this, I'll bet you'd have written a speech. I don't know what it'd have been.
I don't know.
I don't even know what the idea of this contest is.
Apparently, to convince people to vote for us to be president.
To fake be president?
Yeah.
It's dumber than aces and eights.
No. Come on now.
I'm going to have to think of a platform. Someday maybe I really will want to run for the actual presidency. The show you're listening to will probably put a damper on my efforts.
Yes.
But I can always hope. I often think about that. It's like, what if I did decide to run for president someday?
Why on earth would you want to do that?
There's a lot of songs and drops that people would use against me in the campaign. But, at the same time, I have never been convicted of any crime. I've never gone to jail. I'm a pretty upstanding citizen, all things considered. They wouldn't find much outside songs and drops. And if that's all they got against me, that ain't much. So maybe I need to think of a platform. What would I do? What would I do if I were the president of the United States? What could I promise the people of this country? I'm going to give that some deep contemplative thought over the next week, Vinny. And then next week, I'm going to have a speech. And I'm going to convince everybody to vote for me. Because Vinny, I do want to institute change here in this country.
All right.
Let me think about this. I was going to get some ideas now, but I don't want to give it away before next week. Let's get Granny here on the line. Granny, you are on the air.
Okay.
What's happening?
Oh, not too much. Sitting here playing bingo, and I had the sound turned on so I can hear him call the numbers.
It's usually good. It's hard to play if you can't hear him call the numbers.
Huh?
It's hard to play if you can't... Never mind.
Oh, no, it's not. No. Anyway, what's happening with you?
We're getting ready to hear Vinny's speech, his presidential speech.
Okay. I got something on my Facebook for him to look at, too.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody sent him a campaign commercial.
A campaign commercial?
Mm-hmm. That's what it says. A campaign commercial for Vince Verhey.
I actually saw this. I assume it's the same one. It's in
right.
Video form, yes.
I'm going to have to go up and take a look at it.
Yeah, get on my Facebook, Vinny.
I have actually seen it, Granny.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
She don't care. Get on her Facebook.
No, that's okay if he's seen it, Brian.
Should I play it?
Sure.
Is there music?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
audio.
All right, hold
Play
on.
it. Play it.
Here we go.
What does Vince Verhey believe in? Nothing, of course, except the sweet science of the NFL and number one, Paul Jones. Hell, Vince doesn't even want to wear pants. But isn't that what America needs right now? Because in
Right.
the battle of David versus
Oh,
Goliath,
you can't hear it, Granny. Just
isn't
hold on.
it time we go with Goliath?
Oh, okay. I can hit mine
Vote
now.
Vince Verhey
hold on.
2012, paid by the I Still Need My $10, Brian Pack.
Wow. Do I owe him $10? Is that the deal?
You certainly don't owe me $10. He's already put more work into this than I have.
That was a hell of a commercial right there. What did you
Yeah.
think of that commercial, Granny?
Well, I didn't hear when you turned it on, so I'd have to turn it back on. I thought it was pretty nice, though.
Yeah, I forgot to turn your volume up. Ryan Norcross should be running for president. But you know what? Vinny, at least you've got people that believe in you enough to make a campaign commercial.
That's true.
I thought that was pretty damn cool right there. Hopefully somebody makes one of those for me. Doubtful.
They probably will. They already had one for me, and I accidentally, there was two of them on there, and I thought I could erase one and keep the other, so I erased them both, so they're both gone.
Erase them both, huh?
Yeah, sorry, whoever sent it in, that's what happened. I didn't cancel it on purpose.
Well, Granny, I guess it's time for Vince's speech. He's going to give his speech this week, and I'll give my speech next week, and you give yours the week after, and then I think we will have time for one debate, which hopefully will be better than last night's presidential debate, and then
Can I
it'll
be the
be time.
moderator?
The what?
Can I be the moderator?
No, you're one of the candidates, you idiot.
That sucks.
Who's going to moderate?
We're not going to have a moderator. I'm going to be
They
the
didn't
moderator.
either.
My moderator is going to be these volume buttons here.
I actually didn't watch the debate.
Just made that up.
I just read on Twitter.
I see. You read on Twitter when Big Bird tweeted WTF?
No, I that too. But all I know is I had like 8 straight tweets in a row from people I follow from all sorts of walks of life in this world, and they were all saying like exactly the same thing about how bad that moderator sucked.
Oh,
Yeah,
also
well, sometimes you got to try something different.
Okay, Michael Dalton says that we should pick a VP.
A VP?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad idea. All right, Vinny, you got to pick a VP today.
Right now,
Just throw a name out.
Anchor.
Oh, really, fool?
Sure.
Oh, my God. Now, that's a ticket I never, ever, ever... Well, wait till we have the VP debate.
Yeah.
Anchor and Vinny, huh?
So,
Yes.
so your running mate is Anchor.
Sure.
Wow.
Do you have a better idea?
I can think of a million better ideas. No offense to Anchor. That wouldn't have been my first choice. All right. Vinny's running mate, Granny, is Anchor.
Okay.
And they're gonna create the Anchor World Order,
We might.
I presume. Well, Vinny, would you like to give your speech?
I imagine his first order of duty upon the election would be to murder me, so he would take over.
You know, you should have thought about that.
Yeah.
You should have chosen a weak man or a frail or sickly man.
Can I ask you a question?
Must you? Yes?
Can we have his real name?
No.
I don't know it.
His real name, Granny, is Anchor.
Oh, wow.
Anchor P. Hornhofer. Write that
All
down.
right.
All right. Vinny, it's time for your speech. This is your opportunity to tell the listening audience here why on November 4th, November 5th, no, November 6th, it appears, why on November 6th we should vote for you to become the President of the United States of America.
If I am elected President of the United States, I will take 2 actions immediately. First, nationwide, I shall abolish all vehicular speed limits. The Constitution entitles us to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and happiness does not travel slowly. To pursue it, you must go fast. Therefore, all speed limits shall be abolished, and we will be able to drive like men. Number 2, no more everyone gets a vote just because they were born here. No more everyone gets to vote just because this is where their mother popped them out. Voting rights must be earned. Effective immediately, all voting rights for all Americans are revoked, excepting naturalized citizens who have had to pass a test, who had to demonstrate learned knowledge and shown that they not only want this right to vote, but that they have earned it and they deserve it. And everyone else, if you want to vote, you have to pass the same test too. You have to show that you are worthy. You have to show that you are competent. You have to show that you are of reasonable intelligence. That's all I got.
Fine conclusion. Yeah. That's all I got. All right.
I want to drive fast and make stupid people unable to decide the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How about that?
That's my speech.
Now, yeah, I hadn't thought about this. I haven't thought about what to do if I agree with your with what you have said.
Did I steal your thunder?
Not all of it. I got a lot of ideas, but I do feel that abolishing the speed limit wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I mean, I guess I'd have to look at the stats. Are there really more accidents per capita in Montana than anywhere else? Doubtful. But I'll do some investigations before I make my speech. I want to put a lot of thought in this.
There's
so there you go.
Not that much traffic either.
Well, yeah, that's true. The per capita is the important key. So, Granny, that is Vinny's speech for himself and Anchor. Perhaps Anchor will email in with his vice presidential speech, not understanding the rules. And, yeah, next week it's my turn, Granny. So, looks like we could steal your thunder before it's your turn to even make a speech.
I doubt it.
Granny, the only one of us who has confidence.
Granny, are you gonna write your own speech, or do you have a speech writer?
No, I'll make my own speech. Listen, have you sent out the money at all?
No.
Well, I don't have Big Baby C's. I keep telling him, but he says he hasn't got it set up yet, and he keeps saying he's going to get back to me. But are you going to wait till it's all over to send everybody their money?
No, I'm still very behind on emails, Granny. When I get through all my emails, I'll send everybody's money. It should actually be in the next couple days.
Okay, well, I'll have a couple announcements. Remember a while back, Peter Harrison was getting married?
No.
Well, would you believe that on Monday it's going to be a whole year? It's their anniversary, first one whole year, so we're supposed to say happy anniversary
happy
to
birthday.
Peter Harrison and his wife.
Happy anniversary to Paul Harrison and his wife.
Uh-huh.
That is very nice that they've had an anniversary. I don't, honest to God, remember them getting married, but I'm sure that we celebrated it when it occurred.
That was, yeah, he said we did. So
I don't remember the main event of Raw either, if that makes him feel any better.
I have another one, too. I have a new little gang member, baby Logan Couture.
Couture?
Yeah, that was just born a little bit ago, so that's my new gang member.
Little Logan. He's going to be growing up in he's not going to remember a time before Brian Alvarez was president. Think about that.
Oh, boy. We're going to have some fun here, aren't we?
Well, I am.
Don't we always have fun?
Well, in fact, the person that sent the slogan in for me said that they thought about voting for Vinny, but when they saw that, they decided they were going to vote for me. So
when they saw what?
The commercial thing they sent in for me.
I see.
Oh, I haven't seen the one they sent in for you yet.
That's the one I canceled out.
Oh, Granny, you ruined it.
He drew a picture of my face and then had the campaign slogan. But yeah, like I say, there was two of them, and I wanted to get rid of one, so I lost them both. So
about that.
If he's listening, send it back in. Okay.
I like your new profile picture, Granny, that you put up on your site.
I have to look serious, you know.
That's serious, huh?
Yeah.
You got a big smile on your face.
Well, wait till later.
I do have to agree with Chris Foley here, who says presidential, extremely good. And Daniel here, who says looking good, Madam President. It is a very nice picture of you, Granny.
So you get dressed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that on a dollar bill someday.
Yeah, I got the picture on right here.
Yeah. All right, Granny, I'm glad to see that you send out a request for questions, because I think we all knew that Vinny's segment was going to be very quick.
Yeah, and if you read any of that, there was a little bit of bickering going back and forth.
I don't read any of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Anyway,
like bickering.
So what I did is I wrote down the ones that I could answer, and then we can go back in and, go over the ones that I don't understand. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Granny. Let's get going.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to get past Lynn and Don's little motorcycle thing. Okay. Martin Bentley wants to know, do I blame Tiger for not winning the Ryder Cup? You know, that was the craziest thing. They were way ahead the day before, and the very last day they lost.
Who's they?
Well, they were playing the Europeans.
The United States of America.
US
I
against,
see.
You are a loser, Brian, because Tiger Woods played golf poorly.
I guess so.
Well, anyway, I don't blame Tiger because the second day he came back and he got a lot of birdies, so I don't blame him for that. Okay, the next one I have to always read Steve Wands, even though if I don't get it, but he said, who would win in a MS Pac-Man high score contest, me, Vinny, or Brian?
An MS Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Microsoft's
what it
Pac-Man game.
Sure.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Miss Pac-Man?
Never heard of him.
Well,
Okay.
That's astonishing, actually.
my first reaction to this is that I would win because I'm the only one here who has ever played a video game, but that's not entirely true.
I played video games extensively up until 7th grade.
You played Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man for sure.
Yeah.
Were you any good
I
at them?
didn't even know they had him then, Brian, that far back.
Vinny, I was good at every single solitary video game that I played during my short video game career.
Of course
with
you
the
were.
exception of Mighty Bomb Jack, which we've talked about on this program. That was the only game I could not beat, and I hate that game.
Okay, Josh, Gaizoli, said, hit or miss on the season's Dancing with the Stars. I'm getting so I hate that show.
I guess that's a
Anyway.
miss then.
And the way they're getting some of these people off of there. I mean, Christy Alley should have got kicked off the first night, but they have some of the better ones get kicked off first, and it's probably because people aren't, they're not voting like they should. But some of those people,
Like they should?
well, I mean, people don't like them as well. Let's put it that way. But they're good dancers.
So
And they're-
these people are voting incorrectly? They're voting for the wrong people?
As far as I'm concerned, they are, because they should be voting for the people that dance the best, not the people that they like the best.
Well, that ain't how it works, Granny. Otherwise, why do you have fan voting? Just have actual judges.
I know, but still, that's true. That's true. But some of those, the last two were pretty good dancers, and they got kicked off. So
Yeah. It's entertainment,
Okay.
Granny. It's more than just about dancing.
well, second night I don't even watch it. I just wait till the last minute to see who gets kicked off that night. Okay, Thomas Brown. Who was funnier, George Burns or Bob Hope? I think Bob Hope was funnier. How about you guys?
You asking us?
Yeah.
Haven't seen a ton of either one.
Yeah, it's before my time, Granny.
Oh, my gosh, that's sad.
Sad that I'm young?
Okay, now here, it was Chris Datton that sent in the slogan for me. So if he's listening, send it back in accidentally. Anyway, he wants to know how I like the poster, and I did like it. I would have liked a little better picture, though, but...
Maybe that's why you deleted it.
Okay, and Paul Williams, people have asked this before, but I have an answer for this one. Have I ever seen a UFO, and do I believe in aliens among us? Well, it's a funny thing, because I have a Bible study that I watch at 9 o'clock every morning, and it says, it says in the Bible that there are going to be aliens.
What?
Yeah.
So wait, no, hold on a second. So you watch a Bible study every day, and a fella that is the guy in charge of this Bible study said that the Bible said that aliens would be here someday.
It was just mentioned. They were mentioned in the Bible.
Is this
not what they were going to do or anything, but they were mentioned.
Was this in the Book of Cleon?
Don't make fun of it.
Yeah, Vinny. Don't make fun of it, Holmes.
I'll go to alien hell.
Yeah. How about that, Granny? That's
Which does
exciting.
sound bad, actually.
I'll have to investigate that.
Yeah, because I was kind of surprised that he,
I'll say.
just very just bad passing, sort of,
He just nonchalantly mentioned that the Bible mentioned that aliens will be here someday.
He didn't say here someday, Brian.
That they exist?
Yeah, yes. Anyway, I'll probably hear from a lot of different people on this one now.
Maybe some aliens.
That's right.
Jamie Donovan wants to know, who's the most famous person now? They've asked me this once before, and I don't even remember who I said.
I'm pretty sure it was Danny.
Probably Danny, yes.
Could have been. They wanted to know who would I like to meet. There ain't
Danny?
in the world. There ain't any celebrity or anybody in this world that I'd care to meet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Jesse Ringel says, October was his birthday, and he's turning 30, and he's depressed. Jesse, you should be so lucky to be that young. Shame on you.
Wow.
I was depressed after my 30th birthday, as you will recall, Brian. And it turned out to fine.
Yeah.
Everything's cool.
The 30s are a lot better than the 20s, buddy.
Yes.
Wow.
That's true.
Be lucky you're as young as you are.
I'm not complaining, Granny. I said the 30s are, in fact, better than the 20s.
I'm still talking to Jesse.
That's right.
Okay.
I like how he did bring that up on a show where every single person involved in the show is older than 30.
That's true.
Some by a substantial margin.
Some.
It's amazing how many of these people on Facebook are in their 30s.
Not really.
I guess it's not really amazing, but,
No.
to me.
Okay.
In what way, Granny? You expect them to be younger, older?
No, I kind of expect that, I guess, but it's just kind of a little...
You expect it, but it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess. Okay. I'm my usual self tonight again.
No, you're in rare form.
You're something else tonight.
I'm in rare form tonight. Okay, Graham Morgan, of all things that I learned from my parents, which was the most valuable? Oh, let's see. Be honest and truthful.
That's good.
That's not bad.
And like everybody. Guess that was the best.
Like everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you like
Try-
everyone.
Hang on now.
Try to like everybody.
I thought I
Let's
can't do that and be honest and truthful.
Just try, but it probably doesn't work, but you could try.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, Darren Wadsworth wants to know, do the French have any good qualities at all?
Wow.
That's a bad one for Cillian.
Do you want to say, Darren, thank you for the cookies?
Okay, and Bobby Grandio wants to know who I think is going to win the World Series. Well, I kind of looked it up, and it said Cincinnati was 5-1, and New York Yankees were 5-1, and I think New York's going to win it because Ichiro's there, our player. Right?
Yes.
Vinny?
Yes.
You got that, Vinny?
Yes.
I have absolutely no idea what she's talking about.
You wouldn't, Brian.
You're right. I wouldn't.
Brian.
That is
Brian
a fact.
Brian Quinley wants to know, do I watch what is it? NOIS? No, I don't watch any of those. They're all, the titles are so close together you can't even tell what you're watching. The same, what's that, NCI?
Vinny, do you have any idea? NCIS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's NCI, and then there's all these, there's so many of them that I can't even keep track of them all.
Clearly.
I don't watch any of them. Okay. Paul Sherbert wants to know...
Sherbert?
Siebert. Anyway.
I like Paul Sherbert.
Have you ever heard of a movie named Diabolic? With Psycho, and then...
Okay, I'm going to read this question.
Help me out, Vinny.
Here's the question in its entirety.
Well, he wants to know...
Hold on, Granny. Hold on. Granny, hold on. Vinny's going to read the question.
Okay.
I should have let her just finish. When the movie Psycho came out, some people were afraid to take showers. When the movie Diabolique came out, Some people were afraid to take baths. What would you do if you saw both movies?
Granny?
I saw Psycho. Well, it's not any worse than what's on TV now.
Good answer.
It wouldn't bother me a bit. In fact, stuff that's on now is a lot worse than Psycho ever thought of being.
That's probably true.
All right, Granny, let's do 2 more.
Well, now I'm done with my paper here. Amelia Rhodes wants to know, if Bryan or Dave were hanging off a ledge, who would you help?
Vinny.
Up. Neither one.
Yeah, Vinny.
Just kidding. No, it said Dave or Bryan or Dave.
Yeah, Vinny.
Well, that's because it goes
Besides,
up.
you wouldn't be able to hang on a ledge, so the question is
Could be a
irrelevant.
very strong ledge.
That's more talking your very weak fingers.
Yeah, all right.
They asked me a bunch of presidential questions, and I don't answer political questions, so sorry, Mark.
Middle of a 2-month political gimmick here on this show. One more, Granny.
My nephew was one of them to ask. Kenneth, I go with that hard name again. Michniewizzcc. He says, Granny, are you worried about Joe Park? I think I read an article about them being captive or something.
That's actually true. He is being held captive.
Yeah. And I don't know too much about that story. Do you guys know?
I have watched it every week for months, and I don't know.
He's been held captive, and they're shocking him.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that here somewhere, though?
It may have been around these parts.
Why would they do that here?
They're
I don't
mean.
know, Granny. Some people are just not nice people.
Okay, here's one for you, Brian. William Jones.
She blew that off like Mike Tenay.
Yes, she did.
Go on, Granny.
William Jones wants to know, does Brian think he'll ever get back? It's E-L-L. Ever get back into video games, not just new ones, but get into retro games that came out after he lost interest for the games?
No, in fact, I've moved on with my life.
Then I've got do you want me to read a knock-knock?
Yes.
Fine.
Okay. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Go ahead, Vinny.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Interrupting Mitt Romney. Interrupting Mitt. Texas. Now, Texas. Texas. Does that make any sense?
I don't know what's happening.
I have to read this one. Patrick McGuire.
Just moving on.
Patrick McGuire says, why do so many of you ask such stupid questions like Cyrus's R&B question? Granny doesn't know what you're talking about. Ask real questions. And then another guy comes back, so they're back and forth.
Must we read bickering from Facebook here on the air?
We're not. I just wanted you to know that.
No, you are reading it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're reading the bickering.
I only read one.
But you're about to read what the other guy said.
I was not.
All right, go on. Then what's the next guy say?
Now I'm mad. I don't want to talk anymore.
Wow.
Okay, Randy Ray wants to know, should Tulalip Championship Wrestling book a three-way match between Vinny, Frenchie Martin, and Ox Baker?
Sure. Why not? How many are we going to keep reading, Granny? How many you got left? I said 2 more about 10 ago.
Well, I think I'm, besides the bickering there, I'm kind of lost it. I can't find something in between.
Yeah. You need to tell these people if they keep muddling up your Facebook with bickering, you're going to report them as spam.
Well, at least one of them was sticking up for me, so.
That's true, Granny. But he also kept the argument going. So perhaps you need to tell people if they argue in your thread, you're going to ban them.
Okay, here's one. Jeremy Plotkin wants to know, Spider-Man married or not?
Well?
No comment. I don't know anything about that.
Thank God we read it. Granny, let's cut away from the questions here.
Goody.
And let's conclude today with, are you ready for my speech next week?
I sure am.
Have you began writing your speech yet?
No, I haven't.
No, really? Are you waiting to hear mine before you write yours?
Yeah, I got to know what you guys are talking about before I come up with mine.
I see. All right, Granny. Well, I'm going to let you go, and you be ready for next week's big speech.
Okay, I will.
I'm going to turn this country around, Granny, and this show.
I am gonna. Goodbye.
Bye, Granny.
Bye, Granny. Wow.
I don't remember. Let me start over. I don't remember anything that happened today before 10 minutes ago when Granny attempted to tell the interrupting Mitt knock-knock joke. All I know is it's been a great day.